with the Diddy stuff. Diddy betrays his own lawyer?
This is your holiday reminder that shoes are a gift, literally.
And we're not just saying that because we're DSW.
This year, unwrap confidence.
Oh.
Unwrap something.
Oh, shit. All right, chat, I can't play all of this shit, but I do got the Diddy doc right here. I got the Diddy doc. Let me play. You want me to play a little bit? So I do want to play the part where they're talking about Diddy betrayed his own lawyers. Basically, there was a time, and yo, I know this was meant to make Diddy looks crazy. I understood what Diddy was saying, and I actually believe that Diddy getting on his legal team as he was is a reason why he didn't get convicted of RICO and sex trafficking. Diddy pushed this team, and he kept adding more people. Bro, they did an amazing job making sure this nigga didn't get 20 years or life. Now, if you know Diddy in a music studio, or you know Diddy in any business capacity, Diddy's the person who's going super hard, and you got to be a pussy to think that Diddy's shouting at his lawyers or, you know, talking shit to his lawyers because he's trying to, like, you know, some people just go through the process. Y'all have hired lawyers before, chat? And lawyers are like bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? It could even be traffic shit. You know what I mean? And you're like, all right, well, that's, you know, and you tell your lawyer, I want it to be this outcome. And then the lawyer get in there and you're just sitting there going through the motions. And then the outcome is not even what you wanted. But the lawyer basically just tells you like, yo, the judge went other way. And like, you're like, wait, that's all you could do? So I don't mind Diddy, who probably paid, if you ask me, I think the legal bill ran up at least $10 million. I don't mind him getting on his lawyer's ass. I'm sorry. Yeah, nigga, I ain't trying to do 20 years. Get to it. Some of y'all figure this out. Y'all niggas figure this shit out. So let me see if I could show the part. Again, I have the documentary here, but I'm not going to play, obviously, the whole thing. I think Netflix would be highly upset. Well, I can show y'all. I can show y'all this, I guess. Yeah. Okay, this is when he was just walking around New York City. I'm trying to get to the actual parts. Okay, this is him kind of also like prepping. This is, by the way, this is that infamous pouch, which is so crazy. Bro, if you're being investigated for all this stuff, people saying you drugged them, well, how the hell you gonna have a fucking pouch with the drugs and then tell somebody to film you? Like, this is, like, Diddy definitely thought he was bigger than the program. You're accused of drugging people, Diddy. People are describing how they see you carry around the drugs, fanny packs, this and third. You hire somebody to film you and you tell them, yo, get the, like, you're going to leave the purse with the drugs literally in plain sight. He accused Dawn. He said, he said, man, I was always nice to this girl. He's like, yo, there's some type of brokenness going on right now. Because these motherfuckers is coming at me. So he accused them of being broke.
God told me to do nothing, so I gotta do.
This is him talking to Justin Combs, his son. And he said, God told me to do nothing. So you, and he's talking to his son, say, you need to figure out what you need to do to make this shit better. Because God told me I can't do nothing right now. And you could tell Justin felt the pressure. Like, there's pressure on Justin. Wow, this is him talking. There's a white guy filming about it.
Fuck that, man.
I think Christian Combs, you just seen him too. Diddy was trying to be the Diddy where, oh, I'm not a victim. Like, I'm Diddy. You could see him trying to psych himself up. By the way, we're not playing the whole thing, chat, because I know Netflix will. Yo, Drill, edit most of this shit out. You could probably put like, let me just give Drill instructions. If you're using, this is the doc, you could use maybe like 10, 15 seconds, okay? Do not put up, like, you know what I mean? I'm being a little bit more liberal because I am on live stream. But if you put this shit up on YouTube, trust me, Netflix is getting this shit clipped. Yo, chat, the most diabolical part of all this is this right here, chat. After every one of them episodes, chat. After every one of them episodes, it fades to the credits. It fades to the credits, and when it fades to the credits, you're going to see, watch this. Directed by Alexandra Stapleton. Executive produced by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. I'm telling you, man, if I'm 50, 50 better bump up his security. Because if I'm Diddy, I'm spending every dollar. This nigga got to go. Facts. He got to go, bro. This nigga's like, let me tell you this. Let's be honest. If y'all believe that Diddy got Tupac and Biggie killed, ain't no way 50 just chilling and just like laughing like this on the gram. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, my nigga. Ain't no way. Again, I'm going to conspiracy theory land because, I don't believe some of those claims. But what I'm saying is that if y'all think 50 and Diddy is as devious as y'all claim he is, and he's never been charged for no murder or nothing, it's no way he got Pac and Big killed, and 50 out here violating him down to his last days on earth. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You get what I'm saying? So, I ain't gonna lie to you, the way how 50 playing with Diddy, I gotta believe that Diddy never did none of the shit y'all claim he did. Yeah, like he acted fake tough with niggas like Kid Cudi because Kid Cudi ain't on shit. But when y'all saying that he got Pac killed and he got this nigga killed, well, how is 50 just chilling? How? How? The nigga made a documentary and sent you to jail. Well, let me bring that back. He made a documentary, ruined all forecasts of you potentially coming out of jail with slightly a clean face, which maybe some could argue is impossible already. But he hyped up everything before you got locked up. Oh, shit, fuck. This is the fucking thing. By the way, I thought it was nasty when they bring in the Biggie and Pac stuff. Like, they basically was trying to say, yeah, he could have did both. I'm like, come on, bro. But this is the footage of him the last couple of days, right? This is the glamorous, like, this tells you so much you need to know about Diddy. Like, and this is why this was important footage. I think the best footage about this is the footage leading up to his arrest. And the reason why it's great is that even though the world is collapsing around him, Diddy's still having to keep the image of, yo, it's all good. Yo, I'm still looking good. I'm still this. I'm still that. As he's walking out of his hotel room, you have stylists or personal assistants, whoever the fuck you want to call these people. They're trying to make sure he looks good. They're trying to make sure the image is still on point. And you get to realize Diddy is an old school celebrity, man. The image comes first. By the way, this is supposedly his 19 or 20-year-old girlfriend at the time that, he's trying to, by the way, I also think, this is where the documentary misses the mark for me. And I don't want nobody to be like, yo, Aki, I feel like you're defending Diddy. Bro, when I watch a documentary, I like for you to come away with it with a mixed type of feeling. Where you could be like, was it worth it? This documentary doesn't do it for me. This documentary just says Diddy's a piece of shit. Which, yes, you could even still believe he's a piece of shit, but it doesn't show the other things about him. It doesn't show that this guy was living life on an axis that's just different and weird, or maybe something that you or I won't ever experience. And at points he was too far gone, but at points he was trying to, like, do things that was reasonably within the right moral compass, right? Anyway, I think this is 19-year-old girlfriend who he's trying to, like, soup her up like nothing's wrong, because you could imagine she's probably on TikTok reading everything bad about him. And look at him kind of like putting on that face like, nah, everything's good. Watch.
Daddy.
Look.
200 million.
Here we go.
Right.
Hi.
What's up, baby?
Where you going?
I'm about to.
Yo, this is a couple days before his arrest. His lawyers are telling him everything in the world, but yo, he's talking to his, by the way, he ain't talking to Carisha. Well, Carisha was out by then. He's talking to this girl, and he got to make it seem good. I'm about to deposit $200 million, and she's just geeked.
They holding the bank over for me. You feel me?
He's still talking that big shit. This was 6 days before the arrest.
What's up, baby? Talk to daddy.
Said, talk to daddy. One thing about the documentary, and again, I know something I'm gonna be like I'm overly critical, and this is why I keep bringing up my man Sean G, is because the documentary just hit the points that mainstream wise we've thought. It just made him seem guilty. For example, yo, did you know? They're like, oh, he made Biggie pay for his own funeral. Yo, he might have been behind Biggie dying in L.A. He might be behind Pac dying. And it hits on so many of the mainstream things that what it missed was the intricacies that we found out in a trial. And this is where I seen Sean G was pointing it out. Like, he was accurate to a lot of this stuff, right? Like, none of the intricacies of how Diddy really moved and operated that came out in trial was really in the documentary. It's like an overview, but just an overview of a really bad man. But it wasn't when it says reckoning, it wasn't like these real. We found out so much shit in the documentaries, in trial. None of that was used. And the reason why I bring up Sean G on this is because he has a theory, and I actually believe that theory. I think 50 really glanced over the intricate details that came out in trial because those reflect on his baby mama. I'm gonna keep it a beat.
Yo, Curtis. Hey, Curtis. Good morning. I just wanted to know if this part was in the documentary. I still ain't watched it yet, but I think I'm gonna watch it today or tomorrow. This is my notes. I was an in-courtroom observer on the 24th floor in the overflow at the Puffy trial. I took notes. I was there every day. Jane Doe, on the stand, your girl that Puff took from you, she said that from February to May 2021, her and Puff like to have porn playing, and she would dress in provocative lingerie. She would dress in provocative lingerie, right? And that dress in provocative lingerie, and her and Puff would have sex for 12 to 24 hours. And she would rub baby oil on him. Jane Doe would rub baby oil all over Puff, and Puff would rub baby oil all over Jane Doe, all over his body. All over his body. And Puffy would get the red light bulbs. They would have red light bulbs in the room. Curtis, they would take out the white light bulbs and screw in red light bulbs.
I'm going to be honest. And if we really think about it, like, obviously you had channels like me, you had Sean G and other people that kind of cover the trial intricately. I thought the documentary would also really crystallize, like find some of the hotel workers that may have walked into these rooms. Because remember, they were paying up to $50,000 in damages. That's where the documentary missed the mark for me. And I get it. This wasn't just a documentary about the freak-offs or the freakniks that he was kind of having leading up to this federal charge. It was more about his entire life. And I get it. It's called Reckoning. So it's not only about the trial. It's about like painting this guy as this, guy who's drunk off power. But I was hoping to see a lot of what was brought out in court brought to life. Find the hotel workers who would find the state of the room where all of the couches or sheets are baby oil stained, and they would find routinely Diddy for damages. In one hotel, find him like up to $50,000 in damages for the freak offs, you know? But I don't know. Maybe that was a part that hit too close to home, and respectfully to 50. Like, nah, man, like, you know, he did put obviously Cassie in there, but Jane Doe is not in there. Cassie's in there, Capricorn Clark. Dawn is mentioned in there, but she's not featured in there. Kalina is in there. His baby mom is not in there.
And she would rub baby oil on Puff. Puff would rub baby oil on her. I loved the sexual experiences. Felt exhilarating.
Shout out to Patterson, by the way.
I loved Puffy, P with the circle. That was my symbol for Puff. Very much. So she was in love with Puff, but you was in love with her. She was in love with Puff. This was at the trial. This is Jane Doe's testimony. Maureen called me. This was the direct examination. When I got home, they had a threesome with Don from Cowboys and Angels. That was a
all of that's missing. Like the intricate part of how Diddy got to it shows how he got to power and how he may have committed other crimes, which that's where the documentary loses me. You know, I could show you, like, how could you guys like give Lil Rod the runway to talk about like unfounded things like, oh yeah, I think Diddy and Justin shot someone, right? But not really get into what came out in court, because what this guy is saying is like, we don't know if it's true. Hold on, here we go. Here's some of it.
Boom, 2 shots. I'm like, yo. So
how do you put this in a documentary? Which is like, no one has ever. There's not even a police report about this. Lil Rod, and you're gonna hear Lil Rod say it. He says, "Oh, the guy who got shot, I'd never seen again." So this is like, we don't even know if it's true. Yet all the things that came out in court is ignored.
I'm going to period.
That's, to me, why include that but not include some other shit? Like, because there's no proof of this.
freak off. A freak off was 3 people: Puff, Jane Doe, and a male escort. That was it. They did a freak off with Don. When I got home after the freak off, I felt exhilarated. It was fun, taboo, sexy, and crazy. That night opened the Pandora's box, a door that was open that I couldn't shut. Sean J Podcast was sold. Don't never stop. Patterson, New Jersey.
He been going crazy on he loves Diddy. I ain't gonna lie to you. He been going crazy on 50 because he thinks 50, is doing this pretty much a smear campaign. Here we go. We played this already, I believe.
Hey, yo, Curtis, I still ain't seen the documentary yet, the one you put out on Netflix, but they told me that Capricorn Clark is in there. Did Capricorn Clark tell you that at the trial, on the stand, under oath, testimony came out that she was entrusted with a bunch of diamond jewelry, very expensive jewelry, that belonged to Puffy that went missing, and she was the last one with it? Did that come out on the stand? Did that come out in the documentary? Let me tell you what happened. Capricorn Clark was in charge of the jewelry. Big time jewelry, $100,000, diamonds, all of that. It got missing. Puffy got with her, made her go take lie detector tests to see if she was telling the truth about how the jewelry got missing. Long story short, Capricorn Clark gets fired. When she gets fired, She goes to work for Madonna. Works for Madonna for a little while.
Okay, yeah, he's kind of going through the trial stuff. I've been told that the start. Here we go. Oh, here we go.
We need the core theme to be.
Oh, okay. So this is how it starts.
I want to have a life to be able to live. You know, it's really going to be hard for me to take more hits than I take it. God forbid, get in front of a jury and have a chance. And so I'm having this emergency call because something has to give.
We need the core theme to be, you didn't do anything wrong.
Whoa, is that people on the other side, like kind of watching him, like cops and shit?
It's really going to be hard for me to take more hits than I take it. God forbid, get in front of a jury and have a chance. And so I'm having this emergency
Who are these people?
call because something has to give.
We need the core theme to be, you didn't do anything wrong. You know, you didn't do anything wrong on any front. And you've come to New York to face things head on. If anyone's ever paying any
So he's on the phone with Mark Agnifilo.
attention to what you've actually been doing, you've handled this with complete honor.
I don't think it's working. I listened. I've been a superb client, as you said. I jumped on the plane. I'm coming to New York, but I'm just running around waiting.
Wow, I don't remember seeing this part. Yo, Diddy looks frazzled. Just look at his face, chat. Wow. Just look at his face. You can tell he's a little bit fucked up.
Face things head on. If anyone's ever paying any attention to what you've actually been doing, you've handled this with complete honor.
I don't think it's working.
Wow.
I listened. I've been a superb client, as you said. I jumped on the plane. I'm coming to New York, but I'm just running around waiting for a shoe to drop.
We're losing sight of the big picture, man. It's the middle of September and there's still no indictment.
Bro, then you have to have a spokesman. You have to have some sort of comms to constantly be pushing that, Mark. Because you may just be a person.
Now, this is where I think, and I don't care what nobody says, Diddy was right. And I told you, 6ix9ine, when he said he saw Diddy in lockup at MDC, he said to Diddy as well. Diddy was right early on by saying, we have to control this narrative. Every day there's erroneous lawsuits. I don't even know these people, but it's like a snowball effect. I look like a creep, a R word. I look like the worst. And yes, I'm here waiting for what's gonna happen, and I'm being a good, I'm being a good client for you guys, and I'm being, on my best behavior for this pending indictment. But bro, it's kind of dragging, and I'm looking worse and worse.
That you just may watch CNN. You know what I'm saying? And there's 9 billion people in the world, and 7 billion of them is on Instagram and TikTok. And so you at the wrong place looking to see what the people with the
wow, yo, chat. You notice very subtle things. Like, for example, watch his finger just kind of tapping. You could tell bro, this is a high stress moment for Diddy.
To constantly be pushing that.
Just watch his hand.
You may just be a person that you just may watch CNN. You know what I'm saying? And there's 9 billion people in the world, and 7 billion of them is on Instagram and TikTok. And so you at the wrong place looking to see what the people with the possible jurors are thinking. We have to find somebody that'll work with us, whether they from this country or from another country. It could be somebody that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business of media.
Oh wow! So it kind of shows Diddy was like, yo, we gotta get a handle on this media stuff.
And propaganda.
I've seen the media portray me like I'm a gangster.
Just see the images, quickly.
Okay, all right, we'll leave it there. Wow. Now, there's a lot of... Where do you want us to go